Okay, Charles.
All right, fellas, good evening and
What's
welcome to
up?
the Just Be a Man podcast, where we offer commentary from a man's perspective. Tonight, I'm here with the usual crew minus one. Chuck hopefully will join us at some point in this podcast, but in the meantime, we have Wayne,
You.
Stefan, and
Yo.
Mike, my brothers from other mothers. And we are here to talk a little bit about what it feels like as a man, 40 plus, trying to let go of your youth, so to speak, or hold on to it, I should say, which sometimes is very difficult. Now, sometimes we as men, we've seen those situations, brothers in their 60s still hanging out at the club. I blame it on the Viagra, folks thinking that, they can still hang at when they're long in the tooth, so to speak. But I want to find out from you guys, what the journey has been like for you in terms of letting go of your youth, so to speak. So Wayne, let me start with you. Talk to us a little bit about it.
All right. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think it's not so much that I've been struggling with letting the youth go. I don't think that's a struggle. I think just reality just be setting in on you, right? So I still try to, well, before all this craziness got out there, I still tried to get out to the gym and run with them young cats a little bit. Can't really keep up no more, but I can still trip them. Grab them when they go getting ready to dunk on me. Stuff like that. So, but nah, it's just a matter of I'm not ready to stop doing that yet. I ain't been injured enough or I ain't been hurt enough to give that up. But I think it's a matter of just trying to keep going. I think you're as old as you feel, right? So that matters to me. But I don't think I have any real struggles. I think where you see it more than anywhere else is in your children.
Mm-hmm.
I got a son that's 17 and I remember when I was, we was going into Morgan.
Right.
And it's like, these kids is like in different spots. And now so aside from that, you just feel it. You're like, yo, that's a lot of years past. And we talk about, we've been together doing what we do for like 35 years. Yeah. So I'm feeling good. I got no complaints, but yeah, like you said, it's funny out there. I mean, them dudes that think they could go outside the Elks Club, they wilding out. So,
right.
So stay your ass where you're supposed to be, and it's all good. Do the electric slide, and you're good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. But no, I don't think I'm really struggling with it. I know some people might, look at me and say, I guess I don't really look all that old, but my kids know I'm old, and they try to make little side-handed comments all the time.
But you were talking about playing basketball, and that is something that you've done consistently, right? But
Not
I know
good,
for myself,
but he does play basketball. Go ahead.
indeed. For myself, I had given it up a long time ago, but I went out there basically almost to prove to myself that I still had it. The young guys at work were talking stuff, and so I had just maybe a few weeks before that. I had a one-on-one basketball game with my little brother. He's 10 years younger than me, right? He was talking smack. I had no business out on the basketball court, but he was talking stuff. So I went out there to prove that I still had it, and I was able to beat him one-on-one in 3 straight games. Well, it didn't work out so well when I went out a couple of weeks later because I ended up rupturing my Achilles tendon, trying to hang out with the young cat. So, that is just something that, again, I went out there for all the wrong reasons, and it was to only prove to these guys, or at least prove to myself that I still had it. And obviously I didn't. The mind was willing, but the body wasn't. So, the other thing, Wayne, that I would say about basketball, you mentioned athletes and things of that nature. It's crazy how, we watched Del Curry play in the NBA. And now he has 2 sons playing in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that makes me feel a certain kind of way, especially as as I would say, a washed up athlete. I grew up playing ball, you know what I'm saying? And to that day that I was watching a professional sporting event, and I realized that I was older than everyone that was out there, it started hitting me at that point. I started really feeling my age when I came to that realization.
Yeah, no doubt. So I must say, I get out there and I play. I'm out there for exercise and running, and I got all this shit in my head. It just don't always translate. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out there doing what I could do, but I'm like, man, I'm glad this ain't on tape because this be ugly.
Oh, no doubt.
But yeah, but it's an exercise thing for me and just not ready to give it up. But yeah, I'm gonna go down fighting.
Mm-hmm. So Mike, talk to me about getting older, man. How's the journey been for you?
You're on mute. You're on mute.
It's been a transition, brother. But it is what it is. I don't run away from it. I embrace it. You know what I mean? I got my beard. People, oh, you getting gray? I'm good. My beard doesn't determine my, how I feel or what I do and everything else. So I get up as much as I can, at least 2 to 3 times a morning. I work out. I try to work out at least for a half hour, 40 minutes before I go to work because that clears my head. And it gets me going with a lot of the things I need to do. But I don't have an issue with it. I mean, it's great. People, oh, look at you. It doesn't bother me. Some people, it bothers them about the gray. The gray doesn't bother me at all. I just embraced it a long time ago, just like when I lost my hair. I embraced it.
But how about when you hit some of those milestone numbers, like when you hit 30, when you hit 40, 45, 50, that's not, that hasn't done anything to you as far as mentally or anything like that?
You know what? The thing about it is, I think it all depends on where you're at in life, what you've done. I think I've done a lot before my 50s, and I'm sure there could have been more. But I think you got to be comfortable with yourself, and I have no problem with it at all. Every year, of course, like Wayne said, every year you get a little slower. Can I lift as much as I used to? No, I don't try to. If I try to go heavy, my shoulder hurts. Guess what? I'm not lifting heavy anymore because I know that I need my body to go to work and do what I need to do. I'm still in that area where I'm not physically holding anybody or doing anything, but there's certain things that I have to do physically, and I need my arms, my legs, I need everything working. So I think that's what I do, just basically for the movement. Work out just for the movement and whatever the case may be, because with different maladies and stuff going on, I can't just sit around on the couch and do nothing. So I got to be active. Plus I got the kids. I got to set example for them. When they getting up at 6 o'clock, I'm coming upstairs from downstairs,
Right.
get ready from working out, get ready to go to work, so they look at me like I'm crazy, but it is what it is,
Okay. How about you, Stefan?
I tell you, age is just a number. It doesn't bother me that the grays have kicked in here. It just actually it makes it a lot easier. I don't get carded when I go to the liquor store. I don't get carded when I go to certain places because hey, I'm older. I'm much more mature. Another thing that doesn't bother me. I think you guys remember we played golf about 2 months ago over not too far from Wayne, and we had like this 14-year-old kid that was hitting from the black tees, and we up on the white tees, and he was out driving us.
Yeah, little bastard.
Why you gonna make that public, Steph?
Well, it is
That
what
ain't
it is.
necessary.
It
that's
is
just
what
wrong.
it is.
That is really wrong, bro.
But at the same time, he's younger. He's more athletic, and maybe he's going to be a professional. And by the way, I got his business card. I might be his agent, but still, no, it doesn't bother me. It's just one of those things, and I look at the fact that, look, I bought this album in 1984. It's the
Purple
original
Rain.
album.
All right now.
And most kids were like, what is an album? And to learn the lyrics, you had to read the back of the album or the insert, or you just screwed up the lyrics for about 30 years until Wikipedia came through and told you what the lyrics are. So, it's just one of those things. It doesn't faze me to be older.
You know, let me say real quick, Steph. I had a real incident when my daughter, I don't know, she was like 10 or something. She was doing something at school, and they was gonna do some sort of dance from from Thriller,
Hmm.
and she didn't even know who Michael Jackson was at the time.
Wow.
And I went and got the album. I went and got the CD set, and when I went to go get the CD set, it was a 25-year anniversary. Felt old as hell.
Hmm.
I was like, 25 years.
Hmm.
And she ain't know who this dude was. The album made me think of that. But
No, but that's a great point, because I remember when Thriller came out, Donnie Simpson, a local radio DJ here, had a big time party at one of the clubs that has gone away. Everybody was going to the club to see the video. It was a release of the music video. And that was big. Now all I got to do is grab my phone. The latest thing that comes out, it's going to be on YouTube, or they're going to release it on Vivo immediately. Beyonce releases music at 12:01 at night, and people are already blowing up by 6 o'clock in the morning, where we had to go to a place to watch it if we wanted that opportunity. So, hey, it doesn't bother me. But now the old men in the club, you got to let it go, bro.
Yeah, no doubt.
You can go to the Elks Lodge, you can go to the other lodges, but showing up at the nightclub 14th and Park, no, you gotta let that go.
Yeah. Well, for me, guys, making the transition, you know what? It didn't bother me going from my 20s to 30s. But when I hit that magic number 40, it did something to me mentally. It really did. And I was kind of messed up for the better part of a year. I wouldn't say I was like in depression mode or anything like that, but I was really sort of coming to know or being in touch with my mortality. And it made me uncomfortable. It really did, making that transition over to 40. Now, when I went from my 40s into 50, for whatever reason, I didn't have that reaction. But there was something about hitting that magic number 40 that kind of messed me up for a little while. But, I'm good. Like I said, I went out on the basketball court to prove some things, and I found out that I need to take my butt over to the golf course. That's what I found out. But Smarter Living guys posted an article not too long ago, and they talked about the 50 things that no man over 40 should have or own. Well, here at Just Be a Man podcast, we have our own list of sort of do's and don'ts. And Stefan came up with this topic: sports jerseys and gold chains. And that is something that we do see quite a bit of. But is it ever acceptable for a man 40 plus to wear sports jerseys and gold chains? And Stefan, we'll start with you.
Okay, gold chains. When I mention gold chains, I'm not talking about the small gold chain with the cross of Jesus on Calvary. I'm talking about those thick gold chains that Wayne used to wear back when he was coming from Westchester County going down to the Bronx
Trying to be
represent.
hard. Trying to be hard.
Yeah, trying to be a beastie boy when he wasn't. Those are the gold chains I'm talking about. Yeah, you got to let those go, even though they're not the fashion styles now these days. But there are other things that you see grown men that shouldn't happen. Saggy pants. Come on, bro. If you are over 40, you know what a belt is.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no reason. Wearing. You can wear a sports jersey if you're going to a bar for the game, or you're going to the actual event.
Okay, so there are rules to it. Okay,
right.
So you can wear it in certain scenarios.
Correct.
But if it's just a random Wednesday and you going up to the grocery store, you're saying that's a no-no.
Yeah. Unless there's a game like this past Wednesday, which was a rarity, and you should let that jersey go. I mean, you can wear something that says, Philadelphia Eagles, and then let that go. But I mean, an extra jersey with a number on it, nah, player. No.
Okay. All right. We're going to get into some other fashion faux pas in a second, but let me allow Wayne and Mike to chime in on this. Go ahead, Wayne.
I'm gonna say I mean, I think so. I think my thoughts on the jersey might be a little bit different. Like if you're wearing a jersey just being casual, just chilling, I think that's one thing. But and obviously wearing it to games or tailgating and stuff like that, obviously. But I mean, if it's just you just run into the store and you throw on a football jersey or whatever, that might be not such a big deal. But if you wearing it out, like you going out to dinner and you trying to like style with it with your Timbs and your pants sagging and all that, that ain't right. If you that ain't your demographic, right? So if you get ready to go cut the grass, you got a jersey on, then that's what you do. Or you walking around Home Depot. But nah, if you're dressed up and thinking you killing the game and you got on a jersey, that's not for 50-year-olds, kid. That's just
All right.
That's
Mike, agree or disagree?
You on mute. You on mute.
I agree. It's not. It's not only from where you're from. It's where you're at in your state of mind. So for me, I have my Giants jersey here. I represent it whenever they play. At home, I might go to the Packy and pick up a little something with it on and come right back home. Definitely if they're in the Super Bowl, which they have been, I would put it on there.
So you had to throw the Super Bowl in there. Okay.
Hey man,
right.
Listen, man. I had to throw it up in there. But I would I would wear it, like I said, wear it at home, or if I need to go grab something from the store real quick, whatever, but that's it. And for me, being 50 or 55, shall we say, I would only wear Hall of Famer jerseys if I'm out. So like I got an LT jersey. I'm not wearing, some old just random jersey. I got to wear somebody who represents.
You ain't got the Daniel Jones?
Never. I would never ever. Listen, until he gets a Super Bowl ring, I'm not wearing it.
Not even Saquon.
He got to show something too, man. He got to show me something too. He got hurt. He got to show me a little something.
All right.
First of all, he got to get people to block for him first.
All right. Well, you got the mic, Mike. So aside from sports jerseys, what can men over 40 not wear? What shouldn't they wear, I should say?
Listen, besides the sport jerseys, the little capri pants or whatever, them little three-quarter shorts. But you know what? Like I said, it's all the demographics. Some cats out west might think that's cool. That might be accepted. But I think after you get in a certain age, man, you just gotta fall in line. But like I said, it's all about maturity. It's your state of mind. If you see older dudes out there wearing pants, sagging off the ass, that's their state of mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's their state of mind. They don't care about the full power, whatever. That's where they at mentally. Because they see themselves. They might not even look at themselves in the mirror.
Yeah. So like if you're in the Caribbean and you're doing like boat excursions, you could get away with the capris.
Yeah. Even a banana hammock you get away with,
right.
on a but a catamaran or something. But nah, you got it. If you see people violate, man, it's their state of mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't sweat it.
All right, Steph, what say you?
No, I agree with Mike, and actually, he brings up a great point when it comes to regional areas. Because down south they wear stuff different. In New York, you got your Timbs and your jeans, but there's just a standard after 40 that I believe that men should adhere to, or at least not lower their standards, because after 40, 10-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 20-year-olds are looking at 40s as the old dudes, that's the next generation. So if you're walking around trying to act like you're 20, but you're not, them young cats are looking at you saying, oh, so he's trying to be like me, or this is the way I should look, and it's just, it comes a time when after 40, you got to let your childhood be your childhood and let it go.
Yep, I agree. What say you, Wayne?
Yeah. The you know, as I said before, if you're wearing something as a fashion statement, like you out at some event and you dressed a certain way, and you out of your age limit, right? So Mike brought the capri pants, but I mean, this is just me personally. Them tight jeans, man, they're killing me with that. Them skinny
Right.
jeans, they're killing me with that. So I can't. 50-year-old ain't supposed to be wearing that, man. I mean, we used to clown old dudes for wearing dress socks and sandals. You know what I'm saying? But
Yep.
now dudes trying to, be younger than they really are. And I think it just, yeah, bottom line, it's not that there's something wrong with it. You just look crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You just don't look right doing it. And people looking at you sideways. So I
Yeah.
think you just need to know, look in the mirror before you go out. That's it.
Yep. I agree. So moving away from fashion, let's talk about some do's and don'ts for men over 40. And let me kick this one off. Um, if you are a man, I mean, really, I mean, this doesn't even start in your 40s, quite frankly. But the thing that I can't stand is people splitting a restaurant bill down to the freaking penny. You know what I'm saying? It's like once you get to that grown man status, that is something that shouldn't be done. You know what I mean? It's like, I could see if you go on 50-50 on a check to split it down the middle. But if I'm sitting there talking about, well, I ordered the salad and, you hand me your calculator so I can calculate the taxes on this. And, my tip is $6.30. That is just something, man. That kills me, man. That's something I'm sorry. Every time I see somebody do it, I just rather just pick up the whole damn check as opposed to be sitting there haggling at the table over a few pennies.
But Charles, you bring up an excellent point, and I hate to jump in. We've been friends for so long that we have that understanding, and if the four of us or the five of us go out to eat, we just look at the general check and then we're already starting to throw money at it. Or, one dude says, hey, I got a credit card. I didn't bring any cash. So just give me everything. And we had to understand it. There's also other cats that are cheap as hell and that will do that and buy line item. And those guys we normally don't hang with again
Mm-hmm.
because we don't want to deal with that type of BS. So I fully agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, I think another thing is if you're at the table with people and they separate and stuff like that, and that's not how you roll, it makes you feel weird to the wait staff, to everybody. You're like, yo, we looking crazy over here.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Let me just take care of this. I want to be a part of this nonsense. Let me get past it. But yeah, it's those are, like you said, grown man shit, right? And there's a lot of people who, they try to, they watching their pennies, and I get it, but then that means stay your ass home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. True. So throw them out there, guys. What else?
So besides splitting the check, I was listening to a track from Jay-Z, and one of his older tracks called 30 something. And one of the lines in there, he said, I'm young enough to know the right car to buy, but grown enough not to put rims on it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, because it's like there's a mentality once you grow up, like you start doing things a little bit differently.
Right.
So I think, all the stuff that you did before you grew up, you can't be doing that stuff no more. You're trying to mature gracefully and act like a grown person.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to move away from all that other stuff. So I think it's just, pimping your ride out, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna buy a high-end vehicle, just do your thing. You ain't got to put no colors on it or nothing crazy on it. So just let it speak for itself. This is what you bought. Go with it.
Hey, and I'll jump in there on what Wayne just talked about. I don't think a man over 40 should buy a Mustang or Dodge Charger and put big pipes on it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to hear you coming up the road. Dude, get your Lexus or get your, get your Corvette if that's what you like. But you don't have to put big pipes on it. Because that's what young kids do,
Mm-hmm.
at least young males.
Mm-hmm. Mike?
Um, I'm I'm with everybody else. I mean, the car. I'm at the point right now where if I do purchase a car, I don't want to run to the rim store and change up the rims because now a lot of these cars, the cars places that that sell high end cars, they can get you what you want close to it without letting you leave the building. That's their whole gimmick now. They don't want you to leave the building. They want you to buy everything. So they'll most likely they'll get you what you want before you buy it. They'll ask you what you're looking for, and they can do it there. So as far as that's concerned, I'm not in. You know what? I actually was never really into that in the first, but I think I was more just happy just to get a whip when I was younger, and I never really got into the rim thing. Maybe I missed that part. But I'm like Steph said, I don't need to put any extra on it. You buy it what you need with it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want that sound, you're gonna get the top of the line that gives you that sound without you having to go buy extra on it.
Yeah.
The same thing with the check, y'all. We got Cash App, Venmo, MyMo, Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. Can't nobody get out of the check. So when it comes to going out, you got it. Get me later. There's no, I got it all. I got Cash App, I got Venmo, I got PayPal. See me later. If they don't see you, then see you later. When you get together. You know what I mean?
I got another one. I got another one. Yo, making it rain at the strip club. That ain't for 50-year-olds.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, here's what's funny about it though. That's when you finally got the money to do it.
That is true.
That is very true.
You sit your ass down and not do it. You need to write her a check.
I'm gonna make it rain in my 403B. That's what the hell I'm gonna do.
Yeah, but it's funny that you mentioned having the money to do it. And we were just on the topic of cars because a lot of people misinterpret. They see an older man driving one of these sports cars and they automatically think midlife crisis. But in reality, this is the first, he's admired that car all his life. He's wanted that car since he was a kid. And now he's finally at the point in his life where he can afford it. So that's when he's out here, he's spending the money because he has the paper to do it. So, I don't look at those situations as midlife crisis scenarios. I look at them as, damn it, this is now when I can afford to do this. So I'm going to buy my dream car,
Real talk. Real talk. I mean, like a dude who buys like a Corvette or something and he's 50, even if he might have had the money, it didn't make sense. He had to buy a minivan because he had 4 kids.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like it don't even make sense, even if your money's right. So you're like, that's just a stupid purchase. Yeah. But now the kids is gone and everything. Wild out.
Yeah. Yep. And also, once you get 40 plus, I think it's time to stop faking the funk. I mean, you shouldn't be wearing fake designer anything. The brothers with the fake Rolex watches, fake Gucci outfits, things of that nature. I mean, nothing on you, nothing about you should be fake at that point. You should be handling your business.
Why
if you can't afford it.
This is an Invicta, so let's be clear.
But a couple other things that were on that list that I spoke about, the Smarter Living article. One of the items said you shouldn't have a roommate. You shouldn't, of course, you shouldn't be living with your parents. You shouldn't have a Tinder account for those of you that are into that. And let's see, you shouldn't be living in the past, your high school glory days, still carrying around or having your high school trophies on a mantle, things of that nature.
Hilarious. First place in the spelling bee.
Yeah. How about, what do you guys feel about this whole gaming thing is big. I know grown men that spend time on the weekends away from their families, just heavily involved in these video games, man. And they're like 40, 50 years old. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's timing. This is for me. I think it's timing. There are people who do that. These old, I don't know so many 50-year-olds, but I'm guessing there's some 40-year-olds. And I just never, it was never part of my thing. Like I think last thing I'd had was like Atari. So it was never a thing for me. But everybody talked about Madness and NBA, whatever year it is that
2K.
Okay. Whatever it is. And so I think it's just kind of how they grow up, right? It was a big thing when they was growing up. So, it feels weird to me that you spending that much time playing games, but that's their thing. Like if that's like equivalent to, I don't know, maybe somebody else going to play basketball or somebody else going to shoot pool, whatever it is, that's their thing. They just got into it. These kids even younger, man, you can see the addiction.
Right.
You know, they're gonna be needing some help, some groups to kind of wean them off of that.
Yeah.
They are
No,
in deep.
it's serious because I was a part of that one time because I had every Madden that came out. I started back in '99 when Madden came out. Maybe they might have had a '98. I'm not even sure, but I know I had my '99 all the way up until I don't know, close to 2000. Then I started actually getting real jobs where I had to work and get in bed and show up every day on time and doing whatever. I couldn't stay up till 12 midnight, 1 o'clock, you know, playing the game, having people come over, you know, because I used to do all that. You know, bet money, come by. Let's put $50 on it right now, blah, blah, blah. You know, $50, $100. I'm gonna tell you right now, you bet 50 or 100, cats is staying over your house till like 12 midnight, 100, like best out of 3, best out of 5. Yo, I'm telling you, I've been a part of it. You know, all right, $100. All right, bet. Best out of 2. All right, best out of 3. I give it every opportunity. They will not leave. They need to, and you know, it's addicting. It can be addicting. And now this Call of Duty thing and Fortnite, you know, and the Call of Duty thing, that's a spinoff of Steph. I don't know if you know anybody. Do you know about the origin of Call of Duty type thing? Does that have something to do with the Army at all?
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
Yeah.
it goes back to.
You want to elaborate on that, Steph?
No, not really, because I
No?
don't know it that well. I don't play
Okay.
it, but it goes back to Delta Force as well as SEAL Team 6, that type of stuff.
Right. Well, what I've read, you know, briefly was that that was something that was almost like a component of getting ready for warfare. I'm not sure if that it's correct, Steph, or not. You can tell me wrong, but and then it spent off. Somebody got smart enough to turn it into an actual video game and make millions and billions of dollars off it.
Right. Yeah. You know, and I would be cautious on judging people that play video games because, you know, we got an obsession with golf, at least, you know, especially Charles. Charles lives and breathes golf, you know, and I just go look for my golf balls mainly. But you know, we end up spending 4 or 5 hours on a golf course, and if we could do it 3 or 4 times a week and get away with it and afford it, we would do it.
That's real.
Absolutely. So, you know,
It's kind of the same thing. Pick your poison.
Yeah, pick your poison. Absolutely.
Yeah. But, hey, if I could go back real quick, Charles brought up the roommate thing and living with your parents. It's funny, right? But it's not, right? Because what it does is it kind of shows where you are in your life, right? So if you're 50-year-old and you're in your parents' basement, you made some bad decisions. Right. And if you 50 years old, unless you came through something really bad and you're just trying to come up out of it. I'm not saying there's never a reason to do that, but even having a roommate, that means that, you know, you didn't get it together just yet. So, I mean, if you look at somebody who's in that position, you're like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? But they're going through something. They gotta be, you know, and they haven't reached their potential yet. But yeah, you 50 and you in somebody's basement and you know, gotta have a roommate to make it. You know.
Yeah, but sometimes it's the parents doing because the parents won't let go. I know of someone that is in their mid-30s that has never left the house because the parents have never forced them out. And it's a sad commentary.
But do you have to be forced? I mean, you should be chomping at the bit to get up out of there. I mean, in your 20s, you still want to be putting your name on the orange juice? I mean, come on.
Yeah, well, I don't disagree. I wanted to get the hell out of there, but you know, that's just because I wanted to do my own thing and come in when I wanted to, not explain. But if you don't live by that set of rules, then and no one's really kind of guiding you out the door or making you become your own independent person, then this is the type of stuff that does happen. And
I'm gonna say,
it's a state of mind, fellas. Once again, it goes back to the state of mind. Do you know what I mean? So blind to the ways of mankind. All right. So you know the rhythm. You know what it says about the state of mind, and that's what it is. People enable other people. If the parents wanted him out, he would have been out. They don't want him out. They want him around. You know, they want their hands on whatever. Some people are like that, and you know what? To each his own. My mother wasn't like that. I mean, my mother didn't push me anywhere, but
Mhm.
she also let me know that, the option is there, and you need to do what you need to do. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to get a car. I couldn't wait to drive. I couldn't wait to do. Man, listen, trust me. I don't know where I think I was wired different, but I was ready to get out there before I was even ready.
Yeah.
You
So
know, yeah.
I think that parents that would kind of hold their child back, I think they're doing the child a disservice because unfortunately your parents can't be here forever. And then what you gonna do? You ain't prepared for nothing. You ain't never had to do nothing. So that's for anybody who's listening, that's just my opinion. you coming out on your own the first time in your 40s, like how you don't even know how to pay your bills.
Mhm. Yep. Well, y'all know how I feel about non-bill payers. We won't go there this evening, but let's transition. I think we're about 36 minutes in, and we got to wrap this thing up shortly. But we're all in our 50s, and thinking back over the past 10 years or so, how have you yourself been guilty of the violations that we spoke about, or even other violations, whether it's a fashion faux pas or some behaviors? For example, our boy Chuck unfortunately couldn't be here with us this evening, but this Negro once wore construction gloves on the golf course. and we won't even talk about the shorts that he had on recently during a recent game night. That was all kinds of wrong right there. Oh my God.
Yeah, but I think we'll just post a picture.
Yeah, we could probably do that. So Stefan, okay, back in the day, remember, you were drinking the fruity alcoholic beverages.
Yeah,
that was a violation.
Yeah. What you call them? Bitch in the glass?
Bitch in glass,
Bitch in
yes.
glass, yeah.
And you've since graduated.
Yes.
So has there been anything since the fruity alcoholic beverages that you would like to confess here on this podcast?
Well, first of all, I'm not going to confess any sin on this podcast. You got to catch my ass in the act. And by the way, Sex on the Beach was a great drink, but I haven't drank the damn thing
for little girls.
I haven't drank the thing or ordered the thing around y'all bastards since then. But if I go to Jamaica, I might order it anyway. But no, I can't think of anything because I was so, I can almost say militarized. So, I always have my pants up. Shirt is always tucked in. So besides the fruity drinks, I can't think of anything. I'm sure you'll identify it, Charles, and report it, but I can't think of anything that I've done recently.
Okay, Mike. Besides your tight suit a few years back,
and you're still on mute.
What about you?
No, no, man. I think I came to terms with my stuff, man. I'm working. Like I said, I'm working in the school system now, so I got to be appropriate with my gear, whatever. But I think when you come to terms with that, you come to you got to know. I got kids now. I got a daughter. Daddy, no. We about to head out the door. Daddy, no. I'm like, what? What's wrong with the long socks and the flip flop? No, can't do it.
Now, has your wife ever laid an outfit out on the bed for you? I mean, tell the truth. Tell the truth.
No, she has never laid an outfit out, but she has bought some, some frothy colors that are hanging up, here. I am not into mauve. I refuse. Let's see. No, I think that's it. I think that was it. That's something I appreciate, but I don't wear too much. I'm not into mauve. I had, I take that back. I did have some mauve drapes when I had my first apartment. So I'm kind of partial, but no, she doesn't give me a hard time. I think that she knows that my style, and we roll with it. But she will try it. She will try to hit me with a mauve. I'm like, man, listen, that's not going. No, because my favorite colors are black and gray. People are like, what? I'm like, that's my favorite color. What am I gonna say? So, but she tries to brighten it up a little bit. But no laying out. But there will be a time where there'll be a shirt, you get ready to go out somewhere. Well, won't you wear this one instead of that one? Which I have to say that, I have to give her, props for that. She will pick out something that does go a little better, coordinate a little better.
Okay. Okay. All right, Wayne. Now, you were dead wrong for that velvet sweatsuit that you had on the last.
Yeah, he
last
cleaned it up this
podcast.
week. Yeah, he cleaned it up this week. I
Oh,
noticed
no,
that.
no, no, no.
It was
That
not
was not
velvet.
that was not velvet. That was
What was
that was
it?
lycra. That was lycra.
It was poly and ester.
Oh,
So
okay.
get it
I
right.
thought that was lycra.
Get
I
it
thought that
right.
was lycra.
It was linen, black,
Linen.
silk
So
from the
So-
ones in Japan. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So
was
aside
said
from that, any regrets looking back on?
I mean, I don't have no regrets. I have no regrets, but I can't front if I do wear Timberlands, and I don't necessarily wear them as a fashion statement, but I do wear them. And
you've been wearing them. You've been wearing them forever. It's not like you changed up. You've been
Yeah.
wearing them for as long as I know you.
yeah, I've been wearing. So, but the other thing that I do a little bit is my hip hop music.
Mhm.
Like, sometimes some of the stuff I listen to is, I'm like, I shouldn't be listening to this shit.
It's a little ratchet.
It's like, yeah, but I listen to a lot of old stuff, like my old stuff too. But I'm in my car and it's as loud as I could get it, or it's in my headphones, as loud as I could get it. But yeah, I probably shouldn't be doing that. But I'm not embarrassed by it. But it's like, if my kids saw me, they'd be like,
Mhm.
Yeah, but there are
So-
some hip hop artists out there that are dope right now.
Oh, no doubt.
Toby or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. The African, yeah, he's
Yo,
hot. He's hot.
Oh, he's hot as hell.
But yeah, so I do listen. I am still a hip hop head. I try to keep up on, I don't do that mumble shit, but I try to keep up on some of this stuff, and I like some stuff, right? And so,
Yeah.
but that's it. That's me holding on. But
Nah.
I'm on what's that Sirius XM? I rock the bells with LL Cool J. So
Listen.
they be hitting the old stuff. I get the
Listen.
old stuff too.
Listen, you can't feel guilty, man. We got Funk Master, well, not Funk Master, but Red Alert, DJ Red Alert is about 60 years old. Come on, man.
What?
Molly Mall, all them dudes are older than us. They got to be about 60-something years old. So guess what? And they
Yeah.
rocking hip hop to this day. So
Hey,
it's
and that
not.
was
I
the
don't- I
best
don't-
hip hop back then. So
No
yeah,
doubt, no
yeah, but
doubt.
but I'm saying that they're still rocking that 80s, 90s. You can't go wrong with that. You
That's
know what I
right.
mean?
Real talk.
yeah. So my confession, I already gave it earlier, is when I walked out on that basketball court and ruptured my Achilles. That I was dead wrong for that. So outside of that, I can't think of anything. But we're gonna take these last few minutes, guys, to give some feedback to the women out there who are 40 plus. So let's talk about our women counterparts in terms of how they dress, how they act, what's going on with them at 40 plus that perhaps they shouldn't be involved in. So Stefan, let's start with you, sir. What feedback did you have for our women counterparts out there?
All right, first of all, women over 40, and ain't nothing wrong with wearing a Spanx. If you need to wear a Spanx, go ahead. We're good with the fact that you wear a Spanx, and then we get you home and you let that baby go. Oh, that's okay. That's all right. I'm okay with that. Represent you. But if you're gonna come out there with this dress that is too tight and you didn't put a Spanx on, and I know you've already had maybe one or two children, or you just age just like we have, because most of us have a little belly. Oh no, please, no, don't do it to us. Also, if you're wearing shoes that you really can't wear, those high heels that are 4 and 5 inches high, and you're walking around knob-kneed, it's not cute. We're okay with the fact that you got on flats. You still look good, because we're really not concerned about the flats. We're concerned about you. I won't say anything else about it. But I'm almost sounding like Mike. We're just concerned about you and your health.
Mike, what feedback do you have for the women?
Man, Charles, all I can say, if they like it, I love it. You know what I mean? But my thing is that if you got a fupa, accentuate your fupa with a belly chain or something. You know what I mean? Or put a karate belt underneath it. Make it look, appealing. You know what I mean? Accentuate it. Put some jewelry down there. Put some jewelry in that area. Make it shiny or something. You know what I mean? like my more famous man once said, strut your stuff, strut it, just strut it.
Did you say a
'cause if you
karate belt?
listen, karate belt. If you like it, I love it, girl.
I was thinking
You
about
know what I mean?
Dragonfly Jones immediately.
Listen. If she like it, I love it. You know what I mean? So strut your stuff.
God.
Deuces.
All right, Wayne.
The belly chain was a great idea, Mike. I may have to take one upstairs.
Now, to be serious, I mean, I think for me, I think it's just about being age appropriate, right? So, like everybody can't pull off everything, and so it's really not. Maybe it's not really a number like being 40. Maybe it's how you look for that age. You know what I mean? Like, so if your body can, if you can pull it off, don't be trying to do what you see on Instagram if you can't pull it off, right?
Yeah.
So and then for me, you know, I don't really dig all those crazy eyelash things and things with and all that crazy stuff. So I mean, that's for them young chicks. Let them do that. But for real, you if you can pull it off, then do it. Easy.
Okay.
And you know, another thing, if you have a big bosom, you don't have to push them so far up that they're ready to explode out your bra. Give us something to imagine. But don't push them way up and then they're sitting out and barely cover and stuff. No, sweetie, don't do that.
Yeah. I would say, in addition to what everyone else has said, the age appropriate dress. I mean, that's critical. You want to dress according to your body type, because there are too many people trying to wear the wrong stuff that just doesn't fit their body types. And you know who you are. Your girlfriend telling you look good, and you got to get new friends because they lying. Okay,
Yeah, they're gassing them up.
They gassing them up. Also, if you are 40 plus, you are too damn old to be keeping a nasty, filthy house. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Your bed should be made up every day. You should not have a hit or miss relationship with soap and water. That shouldn't be taking place. Again, if you're a 40 plus year old woman, you shouldn't be carrying around fake bags. You shouldn't be wearing beat up underwear. Get yourself some drawers. Okay. Get yourself some new stuff. Go to Victoria's Secret, handle your business. You shouldn't be up in the club either. And you definitely shouldn't be out there binge drinking, because that's just not a good look for women who are 40 plus, period. Anything else to share, guys, before we wrap this thing up?
Yeah, I would like to say that you sent some people to the wrong place. If you know you can't fit in some Vicky draws, take your ass to Cacique's or Frederick's of Hollywood, where they make the big sexy draws. Don't ask me how I know, because I'm minding my business.
Oh, Ashley Stewart.
You know what I mean? Oh, Ashley, there you go. And the key word is Ash. You know what I mean?
All right, guys. Well, that is our show for this evening. Again, to our boy Chuck, we hope everything is going well this evening. We missed you. Tune in for another episode next week. Also, if you get a chance to check out some of our older episodes, check us out on any of the social media platforms, anywhere where you can view or listen to a podcast. Check us out. Alexa, you can go to our website, which is jbampod. That's JBAM pod.com. We have roughly 40 episodes there that you can listen to. And we talk about a range of things, guys, anywhere from divorce, sex, punk ass kids, politics, racism, you name
Men's
it.
health.
Yeah,
Men's health.
check us out. And we also have some merchandise there for sale as well. So check us out when you get a chance, and also drop us a line. We would love to get your feedback.
Yes,
in the meantime, we wish you guys peace and blessings.
Deuces.